Hi, welcome to a new episode of Sportsy. Let's talk sports. Today, we have with us a VJ, an influencer, an actor, a roadie. Oh, what is roadie doing here? But yes, he is also a national level basketball player and now a player and a co-owner of a streetball 3x3 league team, Old School Ballers. We have with us Varun Sood. Streetball League is the first of a kind 3x3 basketball tournament where the street meet basketball. Coming from an army background, Varun gives a lot of credit to basketball and sports in his journey. His life changed with roadies, but all the inspiration that he has and all the learning that he got on the basketball field, he said he got to use it during his journey with roadies and beyond. Today, he is an owner of a streetball team called Old School Ballers. As a lover of basketball, he says one of the things that made him so proud is to got to host the NBA Slam along with that. So please welcome a streetballer roadie, Varun Sood. Hey Varun, great to have you on our platform Sportsy. Let's talk sports and let's aim sport, which is aspiring, inspiring, and motivating for so many viewers, listeners that get to see. And it's amazing to have you on a platform.
I'm glad to be here.
Believe me, it is the first time that we have somebody from a entertainment side that people know of. But yes, we have read about you and heard about you. It's not only entertainment; the life started with sports. So the we all know Varun as a roadie, a VJ, influencer, actor. But today we have you as a baller. So a hardcore basketball player as well as a fan and now a team owner. So how has that journey been?
The journey has been phenomenal. Actually, I would say that basketball changed my life because while growing up, I was very low on confidence. I didn't know what to do. And one fine day, I went to school. I saw a couple of people playing basketball, and I was like, "This is what I want to do."
Okay.
And because I was overweight, because I wasn't fit at all, I had to train a lot. So I still remember from my 10th to 11th, the break that we get after your final exams, I was just training in basketball. I wasn't doing anything else. And I just realized that जो लोग बोलते हैं ना कि sports builds character, the true essence of that came to me because I just became more confident. I became a lot more self-aware, and it just changed me as a person. So my basketball started as let's say as a distraction from me being not confident, from me being this unfit person.
Okay, that's a new for us. The way we are hosting you, as this is something also unheard of. But at the same time, yes, we know that sports has built character, and I think you just spoke about it. But at the same time, we know that people come from the Fauji background. Like you, right? They have access to a lot of sports, and they usually get spoiled for choices what sport to pick.
True.
And a lot of facilities are there because amazing facility at the defense colonies or the army bases. So was that sports uh, in the family as well? That okay, discipline is always there, but I think was the sports also part of that?
So my dad was a track and field athlete. He used to run 400 meters. He
Okay.
ran for services. He ran for India. And I've always seen him like with all the medals. And every time I meet his course mates, they were like, you know what, your dad's the fastest runner we've ever seen. So I've always heard that my dad was great. I could never see him. So when I picked up basketball, I was like, you know what, I would love my dad to come and watch me because I've always heard my dad is a great athlete and he's my inspiration when it comes to athletics. So it started there because I was inspired from my dad that one day I would probably be like.
Okay, excellent. I think you just touched upon one point, which is inspiration. But what was the aspiration and motivation to keep going beyond your entertainment career and the career that you made big on the great path? What has been the aspiration and motivation for you?
I think it's just the love of basketball because when I was growing up, I had no aim of becoming an actor or becoming a host or a VJ. I just wanted to like join the army eventually, but the sport was such, it made me feel so alive that I continued to play it. I continued to put in the hard work because I just love the sport. Like there was no other reason.
Okay.
Just for like that moment of feeling alive on the court, I kept playing.
Okay. And what was that one trigger that everybody feels through that, okay, this has made a difference. The way you said the basketball changed your life or gave you the purpose or something like that, or it was a trigger. So was that during some tournament? Was that an amazing three-pointer that you shot? Was that something to impress somebody other than your dad? What was that trigger that actually happened?
I think the trigger was when I actually got selected in my school team for the first time, because when I was in 8th, 9th, everybody was picking the sport and I was just trying to go around and pick my sport. So I tried football. I still remember when the trials were going on, they made me run like 2 rounds of the football field and I probably vomited. And I didn't want to go back to that field like ever again. It was just crushing me uh, inside. And then the same thing happened on a basketball court. I don't know for what reason I went back to the court and I started running again. And eventually all the hard work just paid off. And that realization that, you know what, if you don't give up in life, you can actually achieve certain things. No matter if you fail on day 1 or on day 2 or on day 3, probably day 10, you will achieve something. So I kept going for that. And the moment I got my first jersey, I was like, you know what, I need more of this.
Excellent. I think that's how the sports start, and that's what brings the joy. I'm sure when you talk about it, remember those days. It brings a different joy to your face. Uh, it's a purpose that people call that you get. But again, so we are talking about you as a basketballer and wanted to probably get into army at one time. And how did the whole roadie thing happen? What kind of thing that you actually learned there, which probably you took it from your basketball field?
So roadies was just because I love traveling. I love to be on the bike. I love to go around. And I still remember my college semester 4 exams had just ended, and I was like, you know what, let me just try this out, because I was a big fan of the show. And once I came on the show, I enjoyed a lot. I went till the end. But the one thing that I learned over there that I was using again on my basketball career was, there are people who are better than you. There are people who are stronger than you. That doesn't mean you give up on something. That means you keep working hard and you try to be at par with them or better than them. So roadies was that realization, because it was the first time that I left my army people and went to like a bigger audience, and I faced different people with different experiences, and they were just like very talented. They were very strong. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this is not my up point. Maybe I have to grow from here. Maybe this is like still level 1. Maybe I'll go to level 2 from now on. So it was just that, like, it's not enough. It's still not enough. It's never enough. So roadies got that realization, and I got that into basketball.
Exactly, and I think the same thing of not giving up on the basketball field also taught you something to keep going on the roadie side. That okay, so see, since we host you, I think the roadies was it had to be a question on roadies. So now let's come back to basketball. It's as a basketball player that you have played at the competitive level. Everybody wants to play for the country, and the highest aim is probably for NBA. And while you play at national level, you also got to host NBA Slam with Run, who is one of your idols, and NBA is the ultimate goal. So how was that experience? If you want to just talk about that experience about hosting it, the NBA Slam, and that too with Run.
So I still remember I was in Mumbai. I was just having fun and chilling, and Ranbhai just came to me and said that tomorrow we're going for a shoot. It's about basketball. He didn't tell me what it is. I was like, well, okay, we'll go shoot some hoops. We'll have fun. And when we landed there, they gave me a script and like they said you have to talk about certain players. I was like, what am I doing a segment for NBA? And it was just unreal. And that was the first thing I did for NBA. Then I was like a pre-game and post-game analyst on a couple of games after that. Just to be on the screen where you are sitting and you have an NBA logo right here. I was so excited. I kept telling my mother and my father that please keep clicking photos and I want to see it, because that feeling is so good. When I was in 10th, 11th, I used to watch people do it, and now I was doing it. So basketball had given me that exposure and the knowledge that I could be there and sit down and talk about it.
Yeah, and again, so this is about the NBA, the joy of hosting it. and that too with somebody that you admire the most. And we always spoken about your admiration about Run. You passionately both follow basketball, and also both are part of Streetball 3x3 League. So Streetball actually, just for the viewers, it's a Streetball League, is the first of a kind 3-on-3 basketball tournament where the street meets basketball. So what got you attracted to be part of this league as a team owner? I think you're also playing in some of the matches, but also mainly as a team owner. What got you attracted to this format, and that too at the streetball level?
So when the season 1 came out, and when Ranbhai told me about the concept that this is what we are doing, before that I had probably not played basketball in a while, because when I shifted here, I was just working and I didn't get the time to actually go out there and practice properly. And when I heard about Streetball League season 1, I was like, you know what, let's get back to the game. So I was on a break for good 3-4 years, and when I started getting back, it was again realization that you can't have everything so easy. You have to train hard for it, and that competitive spirit again came up in me. And I was training very hard. I was managing everything. I was shooting. I was training. I was hardly sleeping. And then I realized that this was my first love. I can't let this go. And now that I'm part of season 2 too, I'm just practicing every single day with the players, and some of these players have played professionally.
Yes.
And competing with them while managing my other work also is a big task, but I am just loving it completely.
Yeah, and I think your journey started with for that with Dunk Vipers, and now Old School Ballers is
Yeah.
and because I think Old School Baller is the jersey that you're wearing right now. Okay, it's a hoodie that from the team. How do you think it has changed from the season 1 to season 2? What kind of improvements actually came into the league, and actually how it is benefiting the players?
So I think season 1 was just a trailer for people to know that what the league is, and we had a lot of talented players in season 1 coming along. But I feel the people who are actually playing pro saw the footage of season 1, saw the exposure that the players were getting, and they wanted it too. So if you see right now, the level of Streetball League season 2 is just insane. Like the players out there, I've seen them probably play for 3BL, probably go outstation and play for India. They are just amazing, and the level of competition is a lot tougher. And yeah, because season 1 was a big success, people came on for season 2, and just made the league even tougher.
Yeah, and even I got to be part of it with Archangel as a partner. The sports team became the content partner for them, and it was just fun to deal with the athletes and all. And what I got to hear on the field there is it's just a platform. I think everybody was hungry for a platform. They didn't know the Indian situation of basketball is not very glory. It's not where there's tremendous potential, but it's not the same. But I think they're getting the platform. So when you mix with the players, you are a celebrity, you are a youth icon. When you mix with the players, and when you chat with them, how are they expressing themselves when they know at one side they're suppressed because there are no opportunities, but they are good players? How do you actually talk to them?
Well, in season 1, when I was talking to players, they were like, you know what, if you talk about football, it has a platform. When you talk about cricket, obviously it has a platform. Even like if you talk about mixed martial arts, every other sport kind of has a platform. Basketball in India had no platform. Because of, I think, Streetball League and a lot of actors and like a lot of public figures being a part of it, the players started getting that exposure that they needed. Because obviously to survive in this life, in this world, you need to pay your bills, right? So I think after season 1, a lot of people, a lot of players got recognized. A lot of brands came to them. They got paid well for brand collaborations. They probably had a protein brand with them or like a recovery partner with them. So their life just improved in terms of being recognized as a player and getting paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel season 2, when I talk to people, there are a couple of people who are already endorsing certain things, and they're not like actors; they are athletes who are doing it. So that's the change that's come about, and I feel that as we go on to season 3 and 4, it'll just get bigger and better.
And how do you plan to take it to pan India level? Where do you visualize the street ball going to pan India level?
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like right now we are in Mumbai. We can
Yes,
probably have one in Chandigarh, have one in Bangalore, have one in Delhi, and then compete together. Probably the winner can go abroad. And there's so many things that we can do with the league. And especially I love the fact that we don't bound anybody for anything. They
correct.
can go ahead and play wherever they want to. This is just a platform for the exposure of the game, of the players. And we just everybody on Streetball League, the owners, the people who made the league are on the same level that they want the sport to grow.
Right.
And there's no selfish reason to be part of it. It's just because everybody loves basketball so much that they want it to grow. And that's the idea. Hopefully, in the next few years, we'll probably have a streetball league in Chandigarh and Delhi and Bangalore.
And I think that will be an amazing thing to see, because we got to see 3x3 in Olympics. So that now people are start taking seriously. You don't need a full court, you need a half court. You need three good people. A 5-member team can actually go and compete at the Olympic level. And I think that is something, is also a good platform to take it forward, to tell the parents about you can take this seriously. So so Varun, one question that I have, that okay, as you, while growing up, you saw basketball at a certain level. You wanted to be, probably you had a dreams to be at certain level, but obviously the life, every life has a different story that there. But where do you see the game that you love the most? How can it grow in India? And what all thing that we feel that people have to, as a community, has to come forward to make that thing even better?
I feel when I was growing up, my teachers, as a matter of fact, even my coaches in school, they were like, "You played right now, but this can't be your career. This can't be your full-time thing." And I think that's one thing that was the worst thing that somebody has told me.
Yeah.
That it can't be your full-time thing. Because in my mind, I was like, "हाँ ठीक है, इन लोगों ने बोल दिया तो शायद नहीं है." But I feel if I continue to work towards it, if I continue to put my mind towards it, if I approach brands, if I approach people, then probably I would have been bigger in the sport. But now that people have the opportunity, people are more aware. I just feel that parents have to be more accepting towards their kids playing basketball and not only cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket is a great sport. Football is a great sport. But if the child wants to play a certain sport, let's say basketball, then that support has to be there from the school, from the parents, because it's important. And now in nowadays, there's so much you can do on social media. You can do so much. You can showcase your talent. You can be recognized by any Indian coach.
Yeah.
Can be called for the trials. And so many things can happen. So I just want to tell all the parents out there and all the coaches out there that don't give up on that child's dream. He wants to make it big. Let him do it, because it's completely worth it.
And what could be your dream with your streetball team?
I just want everybody to get recognized. I have a bunch of players who would probably play for India in the next few years for sure. So this is just showcasing their talent, getting that popularity, and probably getting a few brands on board. They can become bigger as an athlete. I won't say that their game will be supremely good. No, their game will be good when they practice it, but they'll be bigger as athletes. Like they'll be seen as public figure athletes, which is very important. It's like a boost to their morale. It's very important like that. And I just hope that everybody continues to play basketball and they don't give up on it.
Yeah, and you as a give back to the sport, as a celebrity, what do you think was there is some responsibility that you have and you are going to fulfill that differently?
My only responsibility that I take on court is that me being an actor first and then a basketball player, I can practice for 3 hours a day, managing my schedule. I just want to tell people that if this is your full-time thing, then put your heart to it. You put everything you've got into it, because then only you'll make it big. Because that's how people are doing it. Like if you look at the biggest players right now in India, they have just dedicated their life to basketball and then they're doing so well in it. So that's my message to all the players, that continue to work hard and don't worry about anything else. If you're just passionate, if you are true to your sport, then it'll get back to you.
Excellent. And since you spoke about the message to the parents and the coaches has been given, message to the players has been given, I want to have a message from you about discipline, sports, and education as a combination toward the youth or the young kids who are or probably they have the dreams but they don't know what exactly. So what do you think that you can actually tell as a youth icon, what to your followers, what are the values of discipline and sports and combining education for the long-term thing for them?
I feel a lot of people, like when I was growing up also, I saw a lot of sportsmen ignore the education and only concentrate towards sports. I feel that doesn't make you a complete athlete.
Mhm.
As an athlete, you become liable to the public. They listen to you. They want to see what you're doing. So to have that knowledge also, you need to study, obviously, in school. You have to pursue some kind of education to be aware of your surroundings, to know what's right, what's wrong. And discipline is number one, man. I feel the reason I never got into any bad habit in school was because I played basketball and I was so disciplined about it. And I was always thinking that if I'm giving in so much, I used to see all these people around me who are getting into the worst kind of things ever. And I was just so sorted, and I was like, you know what, why is this happening? When I grew up, I realized that I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
I was playing basketball. I was practicing afternoon. I was to actually play with Huda sir in Chhatrasar Stadium. And I was so exhausted by the end of the day that I had to do my tuition and go off to sleep. I had no time to pass. I had no time to get distracted. So sports actually made me very disciplined. And once you give in so much into a sport, you certainly realize that, you know what, if I don't be as disciplined, then I won't get the results. And that's too much to lose. So discipline is number one. Get educated, be aware, inspire the people around you, know your nutrition, know your diet, know your recovery, because all of that is important. And know your public relations also, because eventually when you become a bigger athlete,
Yeah.
public relation is something that they need to know. So you have to just study for it and be educated for it.
Excellent, Varun. I think very crisp message from the person that we know as an entertainment VJ and actor to a team owner, as well as we got to hear about his growing up stories about the basketball. It's wonderful to host you on Sportsy, and thank you. Keep inspiring people and keep the journey up.
Thank you so much, Sid. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and thank you for sharing. But please do subscribe to our channel Sportsy Sage and help us spread the word about Sportsy. We go with the same handle Sportsy Sage across all the social media platforms and podcasts.